he is a little bit different from many of those in YouTube. You see, this guy is more, let's say, he's not like the others, regardless if you agree with him about what he say about Muhammad or not. But he is, I believe, he's decent. You know, he's not about money and and super chat and this garbage. You know, he's a let us say he's a trustworthy in what he do. You know, this is my impression about him. I never met him, by the way. I never saw him. I have no idea who is he. You know, so sometimes we can be wrong in what we see. But this is what I think. However, about what he say about Muhammad never exist. For me, as a Christian, I don't find this topic is interesting. The reason is, I talk to people who they are Muslims. So imagine like I come to you and say Jesus never exists. You will laugh at me, you will stop listening. Do you agree? If somebody want to debate me about Jesus, right away he starts saying, hey, Jesus never exists. I laugh. I don't know, don't talk to me, don't waste my time. Right? Because the idea, regardless if it's true or not, you know, we're not saying it's true, but the idea itself is going to be rejected by a believer immediately. So you create like a wax between you and him by throwing this statement. So he will not listen no more because you just say something so foolish, for him at least. All right. So when I speak to a Muslim, if I say to him Muhammad never exists, I just, okay, bye bye. Those statements can be used if I am speaking in the standard of academy, with people have knowledge, scholars, then we can discuss in academic way. But this language cannot be used with average Muslims. They won't even listen. So for me, it doesn't help me in my mission to make Muslims leave Islam and accept Jesus. So I focus in exposing the exist Muhammad, not the non-exist Muhammad. You know what I mean? So when we chop the exist Muhammad into pieces, and then after chopping him, we make him not exist, then the person can listen to you about Muhammad never been exist, but not before. Are you getting my idea? So we chop Muhammad into small pieces first. We make him shish kebab. We put him in the disposal. We turn the disposal in, and then we say that Abdul, see, there's no Muhammad. Muhammad does not exist. So you have to make Muhammad not exist in his head first as a belief before speaking about the character as history. However, his work can be important properly for someone when I do more academic studies. But for me, I don't find an interest for me in it. It doesn't help me anything, you know. All right. If you go to my mom and you say to her, your son does not exist, she will say, I wish. But he's existing. Come on. Oh. Do you think personalities exist? Well, the name Muhammad for sure does not exist. Because Muhammad is not a name, it's a title. It's a title. However, historically, there's nothing about this guy. This is what J. Smith is chasing. Like where we can find this Muhammad, where? You know, who wrote about him? Where we can find? Nobody know him. Even when the Muslim they came supported Jerusalem and they occupied it, we don't see the Christians writing about someone his name is the Prophet Muhammad. There's nothing. What they speak about a bunch of Bedouin, Arab, savage, attacking the city. There's no Muhammad. There's no this letter sent from Muhammad to the king. There's no such a thing. So this is what they are speaking of as history, which can be true. What we receive about Muhammad, the so-called Muhammad, Muhammad means the praised one, is a title, obviously. Based in the Muslim books, his real name is Qatham. Qatham. When he decided to announce himself to be the replacement of the Messiah, the whole idea of Muhammad is to replace the Messiah. If you know, I don't know how much you read, there is a person, he claimed to be like a format of the Messiah. His name is a Prophet Mani. Anyone heard of him? If we go check it out, you will see that this person trying to present himself as the Messiah, literally. All right. And you will notice here that this Mani, he mixed many religions together, and he tried even to dress himself based in the images drawing of Jesus. We know that churches, they start drawing icons of Jesus in a very early time, like this guy, he came obviously 216 AD, and he present himself that he is like the Messiah. Uh, he tried to speak like him. He tried to present himself in a way, trying to copy the wisdom of Jesus. He tried a lot of things. However, this guy did not teach violence. He did not teach violence. All right. Uh, let's see if we can find. But you will find a lot of stories of Muhammad is matching perfectly with this guy Mani. As an example, the Hur, because the Zerdish, the Zoroastrian, they have the same. Those Hur, they are creation of God, who they are flying in heaven. They are women. They are white. They are see-through. So here you see that look like somehow that Muhammad is a copy of Mani. Now, if I want to go more in details, that will take us to an academic level, and then we have to go and open books and pages and reference, etc. And this is why usually I don't talk about this, but there is a lot of things between Islam and this Mani. So he's a mix of many religions, and this is exactly what Islam is about. Like if you look at the pictures, you will see here something present too much Buddhas, right? Very much. And you will notice actually that his shoulder here is exposed and naked. Do you see it? And then here you will see something strange, like something like cross, right? And then here there's some trees, and those trees, they are two different kind of trees, or three different type of trees. Like this tree here is a close to this tree as a look. This one look different. This one look different, but this one look the same as the one coming from behind him. And obviously this goes deep to the books which we can read. And if we want to study deep, because pictures always they present the whole religion actually in a second. Like even when you see pictures in churches about Jesus or even Mary or Paul, they present story, they present something. Even the colors, they are symbolic for something. So none of those images is done for nothing. Here, this is like I think like imaginary AI picture of Mani based on images, of him, like here. But here you see as much as it is Buddhist, you know. But if you check in details, you will see there's a lot of mixing between Christianity, the word of Jesus, Zoroastrist, Buddhist, uh, many things, you know. So somehow I think it might be that Mani is Muhammad, or let us say uh, a character of Mani placed on a fictional person. His name is Muhammad. If Muhammad exists for real, even if it's true, he will be a person trying to copy Mani, the way he went to heaven, the flying horse, the conversation in the heaven, the gates. I mean, tons of stories. You see, the Quran is like a copy of Mani. And by the way, this religion was very successful spread in the Middle East. It's not a small one. It wasn't small, but they could not, let us say, as a cult like Jehovah's Witnesses and others, they grow, they spread like weeds, but they could not convince people of them that much. But they were able to spread. So Christianity was able to dominate, and all the other weeds they start shrinking until they die. Actually, I think, and now there's uh, there's people in USA, even USA, they believe in him. This guy Manny. Let me see. Yeah. Um, where we can find. Like I found this page. Maybe you would like to read. Now you have to be careful when you read. Not everything is internet is it true. I did not read this page yet, so I cannot confirm how truthful it is. But as I remember, I was able to find a temple for the group who believe in him right now, as we speak. But they are a very small group of people. So we can say that this religion did not totally die. Even there is a temple of Mani in China. This is how big the spread was. Let's see. See, they were able to spread even all the way to China. Here we go. This is a temple for Mani in China. And they are saying actually here that this religion was able to shape China. I'm not sure how is that, but you can read it and check it out. Yeah, so like there's a lot of things you can read and learn. Uh, Even here, there's a map. I think they have more temples. Yeah. So those are all temples. I think they belong to many. Look how many. Strange, huh? Yeah. Oh, look. Even they have, you know, if you notice here, by the way, this is Aramaic. This is an ancient Aramaic here. I'm not sure about this one. I cannot read it really. Yeah. But right away, you will see how the mix. You see the elephant, the Buddhists, the Hindus. You know, this guy looked like a pig. So you can see the influence of. It's a collection of religion, the same as Muhammad exactly. All right. Uh, yeah, you see, it became so big. Let us see here. Yeah. Look, see, they have a status for him. But you notice right away that the status present very much a Buddhist. So this guy, he was under the influence of Christianity and the fire worshippers, the Zoroastrian, and the Buddhists and the Hindus. So he put them all together and he makes all the legion stories, which they are exist in his own land, and he come with a new religion. And that's why you find a lot of stories from Muhammad coming from his books. So, you know, we cannot confirm except what we have. You see, this is why I cannot say when I speak of something, if I do not know for sure, I do not know for sure. Because if you claim to know and you don't, that is a foolishness. You know what I mean? But we can speak of what we know. Otherwise, going back on time is the only way to know. But a little compare between Mani uh, and Muhammad and Islam, we will find a lot of similarity, especially in the stories and the fiction stories.